battles that Lukas helped me bring to life with his incredible art. Every time my jaw drops, my eyes water. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Lukas and Lauren are just such an unbelievable team.
Wait till you see.
To see you.
Nice to see you too. This is really cool room.
I know.
You guys did this for me, didn't
Just
you?
for you.
Thank
Just
you,
for
Den
you.
of Geek.
Just
I
for
really,
you.
I love Den of Geek, but now I especially am grateful because you've made this all about my comic book.
So, speaking of which, Jerry's back.
She's back.
She's back. How does it feel to be doing Count Crowley Volume 2?
It's incredible. I mean, here I am at San Diego Comic-Con. First time I've gotten to go to a gathering like this, a convention of all my fellow geeks and people who love the things that I love. And I'm getting to talk about the fact that Jerry's been resurrected. I mean, the story is back and she means business. She's like, you know, at the end of Volume 1, totally had to confront the reality that not only does she have to deal with all these demons inside of herself because she's an alcoholic and she's self-destructive and she hasn't dealt with trauma, but there's real now demons in the world. And she's like, oh, this is actually real. I'm not hallucinating. So we kick off Volume 2 with a bang. The response has been so awesome.
Yes.
The battles that Lukas helped me bring to life with his incredible art have just... Every time I open a new issue or I get to preview, we do it through, you know, a digital file sharing. Every time my jaw drops, my eyes water. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Lukas and Lauren are just such an unbelievable team.
Wait till you see. Oh my God. Wait till you get into issue 4 of the new volume. The way Lauren took some colors. There's stuff that Dark Horse let me do, I will say, that pushes some of the boundaries when it comes to the gore and... you'll see some intense stuff.
Well, something that I really have always loved about this series, but I love to see continued in Volume 2 is, even though now we're getting a bit more of a monster of the week, right? And we get to see all kinds of creatures, we are never losing sight of Jerry's interior battle and her community and AA and that side of the journey. So could you speak a little bit to that balance? Because I think it's what really makes this comic hit and has kind of garnered this audience, because there's people who read it and they say, yeah, I understand this. I feel seen.
A really important theme for me in writing this is a philosophy that I learned from reading the works of one of my favorite writer-creators, Emil Ferris. And there's this whole idea about there being good monsters and bad monsters in this world. And whatever the word monster represents to you, what's really important to me is that there are people who we deem as monsters, people that may even look like monsters in our society. And I've been one of those people before. I was an addict. I was homeless. I looked terrifying and I behaved terribly. And it's like, what do? Do you find the way to destroy that monster so that it's vanquished and out of our hair? Or do you try and look and see, is there some way that we can reach that person, that monster, and find the good in them so they can use all that darkness and turn it around and channel it into something positive? So with the journey that Jerry's on, she's having to really make some tough decisions about, like, well, which monsters do I need to figure out how to immobilize or destroy, like the Billy, the zombie that attacked her in Volume 1, or Steven, the werewolf in her AA group, who she believes there's a redeeming quality. Now, up until now, monster hunters have been told and taught that you can only kill a monster. It's the only solution. So if you get into Volume 2, Issue 3, which just hit comic shops 2 days ago, you'll see why Vincent Freitz, her mentor, believes the only thing you can do is kill a monster, because that's the only way he's been able to deal with it. But just because the people in the past have had a way of dealing with things, it doesn't mean it's right. And we're learning that a lot in our society right now, the way that we address everything from conflict to how we, create places of inclusivity and how we create equity and how we treat people who are different than us. It's so important. So bringing all that into the story was vital for me, as well as I know people who love comics and who love horror and who love hero stories are always looking to be surprised. Yeah. And one thing that's not surprising to me in a lot of horror mythology of current and classic storytelling is that we know how you defeat them. We know a wooden stake kills a vampire, a silver bullet stops a werewolf, a headshot stops a zombie. I wanted to get rid of all of that. So it's been really fun for me too, reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, I absolutely love that aspect of this story, and it's kind of what speaks to me about it the most. But something that I think has been really cool about Volume 2 is not just the story that you're telling and the kind of the themes and the monster fights and that kind of complexity of killing a monster and what it really means, which we really get to see in this volume, but also like I feel like this time it really found its fan base. Like, it had the cult fan base before, but the response to Volume 2 has just been, it's been everywhere.
It's really,
for comic fans.
It's really huge to me to walk into a comic shop in Galveston, Texas, which I did when I was, holding my mother's memorial a few months ago, or when I was in Atlanta, or when I was just overseas. I was in Australia, and I walked into a comic shop in Melbourne, Australia, and there was Count Crowley up on the counter, and I would like, oh, man, that feels so good when you create something that's so personal to you and from your heart. You hope and pray that even anybody can recognize it. It means something to someone. So as our Count Crowley, or what we're calling the creepy Crowleys, are starting to grow in number, I'm really in heaven.
Amazing. And just before we go, is there anything you're really excited for viewers the readers to discover as this volume comes to a close?
Well, issue 4 of Volume 2 is by far the boldest, biggest swing I've taken yet with the writing.
Wow.
So I am dying for people to get their hands on issue 4 and see where things go, because Jerry gets really pushed into a new place by both the people around her, but also internally, and it's really exciting for me. I've seen everything now. I've seen the colors. I've seen letters. Frank, Lauren, Lucas, my editor Megan, everybody involved have been crushing it. And then we just did an exclusive San Diego Comic-Con announcement coming in October, an exclusive one-shot, one issue where the most dysfunctional, alcoholic, problematic monster hunter from the world of Steve Niles, Cal McDonald of his Criminal Macabre world, runs into the most problematic, alcoholic, dysfunctional monster hunter in my world, Jerry Bartman of Count Crowley. They run into each other at a convention, of all places, and their lives are turned upside down because of a monster. And to get to collaborate with Steve Niles, who is a legend to me, has been such a dream, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. And Lauren, Frank, and Lucas got to come with me to do all of that.
That is so cool. I love how much you love your team. I love how much you love crediting them.
They're so good.
I love this comic. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. And
and
thanks,
taking
everybody.
this time with us. Thanks, guys.